How you doing, mate? You alright?
What are you doing in this?
In the Terrymobile. Well, we need to do some explaining, mate, because we've got to get some stuff off our chest, mate.
Shall I get in?
Get in, mate. We'll get a sandwich. We'll start the day right, how we normally start it. Get in, put your belt on. Think got airbags. Just something, I pulled obviously the R32 out, and just something not right. It feels something hot there, like. I decided to drive shaft because of them things. It's come loose, it's gangling around or something else. 55, and it's what you need 6. Right, we thought we'd eat these before they get cold, and we had to grab a couple of bits before we got up to the unit because it's Saturday and this place shuts at 12.
Yeah.
And most motor factories do, don't they?
What time are we on now?
What time are we on now? So I picked you up about 9, weren't it? It's 9:48. So we grabbed our sandwich, come here, get this down our neck. Dave then normally meets us up the unit, doesn't he?
About midday, 1 o'clock.
Midday, yeah, strolls in. But yeah, we'll devour this, and then we're set up for the day then, aren't we? For lots of stuff.
Yeah.
Productive, positive things.
So, do you want to tell them why we're driving around in the Grandad Mobile? Also, what happened to the dartboard?
Oh, I don't know. Anyway,
yeah.
Minor issue with the dartboard. So, yeah, this episode this week is a bit different. We're going to explain everything, and you've probably seen with the thumbnail now, we're going to explain everything. And like Jack just said, what am I doing in the Terrymobile? We need some feedback off you guys, because we're going to do a bit of explaining, a bit of talking, and hopefully some doing in this episode. We just want a bit of help from you guys.
Well, first of all, let's explain why there hasn't been any episodes for the past 2 weeks.
Right, should we just do a time check? We're at the HQ now, aren't we? 18 minutes past 10.
Yeah, on Saturday.
Yeah, and you've just seen how much footage from, he picked me up from I picked him up, sorry, and we're here. Dave's still not here yet, so, yeah.
So the last 2 weeks, I've been away, so obviously I do the editing, which means that even if the guys had filmed anything, which they've filmed some stuff behind the scenes, I couldn't edit it anyway.
Yeah.
I was meant to put some posts up on Instagram and stuff like that, just to let you know where I was, but
was too drunk.
I've been in other countries and whatever, so I've been away. We'd love to say that we've got a lovely new episode ready for you and everything's ready to go, but it's not quite the case, is it?
No, things have been going on behind the scenes. As you can see over there, a little sneak peek, there's a wiring loom in 1,000 million pieces. That doesn't take 2 seconds to do, as I'm finding out. So, and you don't want to see me messing about with wiring looms for about 20 minutes, and I don't know, wired in a rear tail light. So there is something coming on this, but we want to get more footage and more progress on it to get it further along, to keep you guys interested, and that's the main thing what we're trying to do here. It's very hard to keep you lot kind of interested and engaged with all the builds we're doing, because sometimes, like dropping the engine in, we could do that in an hour. And it's loads of stuff done and you're all interested because all the engine's all in there. But anyway, enough of that waffling on. Dave's G80 one is at paint progress, but obviously you don't see that because someone else does it. It's there, it'll probably be there for weeks and weeks and weeks. The RS6, people have asked, we've got something coming up on that. It's not currently being worked on at the minute. We're going to explain all on that.
A little bit of a story behind that.
Yes, good story. Dave, we're going to leave that to Dave. So Dave isn't actually going to be here today because that's the other problem. So we're down to just 2 blokes. So Jack's filming me instead of like us filming all like mucking in and all that business. So Dave is on a stag do, which Jack was last week. And then in between that, we go to work. We do jobs and we've got to pay for this place. So whilst we're working, we're then buying little things to try and flip to make a bit of money to pay for this place and still do mega massive builds to keep you guys entertained, which we'll be doing anyway, aren't we? We're not doing this just because you guys want to, well, it is because you guys want to see it, but we want to build it and do it.
So R32, as you remember in the last episode, you might remember we was on about going to that German show the end of this month. we had this grand idea, we'll get the G81, the F81 and the R32 all ready, and we'll go in them and show them off. But like Stokes was saying, we've got a lot of other things going on and we've probably bitten off more than we can chew. So what our plan is, we think, is we're going to try and get this alone ready. If Dave's G81's back from paint, we'll take that as well, but we don't know if it's going to be ready in time because it just might not be. So we thought we'll focus our energy on the R32, because that's the closest we think to completion. Stokes' F81 might take another 2-3 months. There's a lot that needs to be done just to get it through an MOT.
It's not got any brakes at the minute. The bleed nipple snapped, didn't they? So
yeah, so
there's loads
of other things as well. So if we spread our energy across 3 cars or 2 cars, we're not going to get anything done. If we try and focus on 1 car, we think we might actually be able to get this done. All 3 of us will go in it, and that's our plan. But that does mean we have only got 2 weeks to basically put that together.
What you're probably thinking, because what you've seen on the footage, what we've been filming with this, you're thinking, wow, it's only a back bumper, it's nearly there.
So I'll pull it inside and we'll quickly show you some new things we've noticed and some things that need to be done.
What we'll show you as well is we're going to mention that if we don't get this done and we don't get mine done,
we've got a forfeit.
We've got a forfeit. Yeah, so the forfeit, what we've thought of is the Colton, and because it runs and drives, as you've just seen, and it's the only current car we've got, and I don't think we've touched this car, we just bought it for a donor car, but we're not using that now, we're going to sell it, to go in the Germany show. But I did a little research, I don't know if it's German. So can we not, well, apparently it is German, but I didn't realise it. Vauxhall is the most English thing since...
Cups of tea.
Cups of tea, PG tips.
Yeah.
It dates back, and I didn't know this. I'm a car guy, and I don't care where they come from. I just drive them. Do you know what I mean? But apparently, Vauxhall is English, and it has been for years and years and years. But they got bought out by someone like German or whatever, and it's GM Motors, which then that's American as well.
Yeah, I don't know, mate.
Yeah, it's confusing. So that's the forfeit. We have to go in the Terry-mobile.
Yeah.
If we can't get our arses into gear and something done.
This is comfortable.
It is, it dropped, mate. It sails like a boat down the road like that, mate.
You're making it sound like it's probably going to be better to go in this than anything we've got anyway.
I've drove this morning, right? I did nearly die, and it weren't the car's fault, it was just the technology at the time. I was trying to play with the trip computer and I pressed the cruise control, and then some little old lady was trying to cross the road, and I pressed the brakes and it accelerated, like, I don't know what was going on. And I managed to get the cruise control off, but yeah, we nearly all died. Well, yeah, she nearly got mowed over. But it's a lovely car anyway. But anyway, this is the forfeit. Not so bad, I suppose.
You love it anyway. Right, so 15 days, that's how long we've got to get this working. I'm going to give you just a quick rundown of everything that needs to be fixed just to get through an MOT at a bare minimum. But there's also some other things we've noticed that we wasn't expecting that we've got to do as well.
And probably other things what we're going to find out, aren't we?
So first of all, we need to get the bonnet catch fitted. We've got the catch, but no bolts. Should be fairly simple. We've got to get that done. Lights, there's no ballast in this light, so this one doesn't actually work at the moment.
Have you got the ballast?
I've got the ballast, so we need to fit that, get that working. This wheel, if you come down here, you can see on the brake disc, we've only moved this in and out, and there's obviously this big score mark that's come on. And we did think before that the wheel bearing had gone in it, but there was something else weird, wasn't it? Like the hub. We
didn't have the drive shaft nut, and we kept moving it.
So we thought it was just that because the nut was missing.
But we've
actually damaged the bearing. Yeah. So we've got to change the bearing because there's a big grinding noise.
And I've just noticed something, like I said, wheel nuts.
Yeah, we've got 3 wheel nuts in each. Brakes don't work. We've bled them to the calipers, but they need bleeding again from the ABS pump because they're still a bit...
Yeah, which needs to be done through the code reader.
Yeah, we can do that through the code reader, so hopefully that shouldn't be too bad. Okay,
so we've got the Golf on the ramp because we had to move everything out of the way. So we're on 11:10 now. Right? just so you know what's going on. And our theory is correct. That is one absolutely nailed wheel bearing.
Yeah.
So, as you seen earlier, we was at Bennett's and we grabbed the wheel bearing whilst we were there because we just had a thing in the back of our head saying that it's got to be that.
Yeah, needed doing definitely.
So we had a quick look over the car, and we've got a little list together. There's probably things going to be added to this as we go along, what we've missed, but
it's in no particular order either.
Tracking needs doing because obviously we've had everything to pieces, changed rod and track rod arms and stuff like that.
Bleed brakes, got to do that in a sec.
Yeah.
We don't know about that, but it probably could do being done the Haldex.
Yeah, I think we could do a video. If we're going to service the engine and that, might as well service all that. Everything's done. At the minute, it seems like it's binding at the back, but that could be down to this ABS issue. It might not know what it's doing. The clutches might be locked in, whatever.
Yeah. Service, MOT. Obviously, these aren't in order, so just things as it come to me.
Bleed the brakes again, Jack.
I did it twice.
Weld up the exhaust. That's got to be done, which will drop off to our friend. Finish the bumper.
Yeah, the back bumper.
Fix airbag light, that's on obviously the inside. Sort headlight, like Jack said, the ballast. Bonnet catch needs sorting because that's going to blow open. Auxiliary belt seized. So the auxiliary belt isn't seized on idle. You rev it up and it slips. So a pulley or something, whatever that belt's driving, is not in its best way. So all that's going to do is snap and break.
Yeah.
And obviously we're losing hundreds of bhp through that. So we need to get that sorted. I think it's the aircon pump, so we might have to temporarily do an aircon delete, but we haven't got any gas in it anyway. So
no, there's no. One of the pipes was broke, wasn't it? So
yeah, so all it is, run a short about that would get us out of the crap, or we'd have to just see our friends at the breakers over Walsall Way, if they've got an aircon pump.
We was having a problem with the MAF sensor.
Yeah,
we seemed to be running okay today, but there is something where basically you unplug it and plug it back in and it runs okay again.
Yeah, we don't know if
so it's a bit strange.
Yeah, it could be something with the plug or it could be the MAF sensor. It's probably the MAF sensor. So yeah, that's another thing to look at.
And then some drive shaft bolts.
Yeah.
So we only have 3 in each side, don't we?
I did have them and then we chucked them in the scrap pile for some strange reason. If we don't do this list, we always do this in our head and
we forget everything,
we forget what time we're on now. This is just a little thing. 11:30, right? Let's get on with this wheel bearing.
Yeah, we're going to address what we can for today anyway.
Yeah.
And then we'll finish off.
But this
we'll make our way through
this. This is kind of an insight, what we do, like we said at the start, in a day at Car Cartel, where we'd normally not film it like this. We would have filmed doing the wheel bearing, bleeding the brakes, and that's all we do today on this car, that's all you would see.
Yeah.
So then we'd have to add to that by doing the rest of the stuff through other days. And yeah, we do co up in the week, but we only probably get 2 to 3 hours in the week after work. And you've seen how long it takes us to get a car on the ramp. And that isn't us being lazy, it's setting everything up, recording, you know what I mean? So we can capture enough for you guys. And then if someone walks in and starts chatting to me, mate, I'm gone. I'm literally 3 days, I'll be there talking to him.
So that's just one of the things that it's one of those little jobs that's probably not that interesting to watch or do anything like that. But it took about half an hour if that.
It took us the same amount of time to set the cameras up than it was to do the job, and it was painless because on these Volkswagens, same as on the BM, they bolt into the hub, they're not pressed into the hub. Because if it was pressed into the hub, you have to take all the hub off, press all the bearing out, and then
it's
they
a much
fall
bigger
apart.
job, isn't it? Yeah.
So that was a pretty easy job, and it was quick, simple.
And we can check that one straight off the list, can't we?
Yeah, so we'll tick that off. I think next is bleed the brakes up.
Yeah, bleed the brakes.
Which we've done, but you have to do it on a scanner tool and bleed the ABS bump. We're going to find out.
Something like that, yeah.
5 seconds to blast that in there.
But it took us 4 hours to do that 5-minute job.
No, I know. To like get up here, to move the cars, get a sandwich, go and get the part. You know, you're getting the vibe now. Like this is a bit of a different episode today because if we didn't do it like this today, you wouldn't see it. You'd think we'd, you know, in prison or something like that. Is that where Dave's gone?
Might be. Alcatraz.
He'd escape though, wouldn't he?
He can't swim though. He can't swim.
He can. He's got armbands, hasn't he?
Yeah, that's right.
Same Sherlock.
Yeah, so we've just had the code reader on and we started to bleed the brakes through the ABS pump, like electronically through the code reader. But we sort of realised Well, there's no air coming out of them anyway, was there? It seemed we've already bled them.
Yes, but what we wanted to do is do this to see if we had any more air.
Yeah.
We got nothing.
But we do think, obviously, as well, what could have been causing the sponginess is that when the wheel bearings rotating and pushing the pistons back, every time you go to brake,
Yeah.
it's all spongy again. So it could be something to do with that. So we've bled them partially anyway. We've gone through the sort of thing on here. No air come out that we can find. So I think the best thing to do is probably get it back on its wheels.
Yeah.
Because I've code read it again just to check, and there's a fault in every system on the car. But a lot of them are to do with like steering angle sensor. But to perform the test on that, you have to drive it and turn it physically on the road. So that might actually clear a load of our faults that we're getting on here. So we'll get it down, get the wheels on, and try that. We're testing the hood.
The hood. So we've got that latch all laid in, and it doesn't shut. Simple bonnet catch, yeah. What's happened is, it is our fault, but it's just little things again. So, on the pull bit on the inside of the car, it wasn't clicked into something correctly. So we've had to strip all that back out. Obviously put the wheels back on because we couldn't get in the door on the ramp, which they did need going back on. But we have found some more wheel bolts, haven't we, Jack?
Yeah, so we're all wheel bolted up now.
So now if I shut the bonnet, it shuts and pulls.
Should we see if the hood light comes on?
Is the hood sign on?
Airbag full? Yes, it is.
Yeah, so
It's still on.
it's just little things like this what make you want to just give up and quit. Right.
We've got to take it all off to get to it.
Yeah. Unless somehow.
Should we take the front bumper off?
Yeah. Let me see if I can get my hand round.
Shut you on it for me. We're good?
We quitting YouTube again, mate?
I am, yeah. Things that shouldn't be difficult just turn out to be the biggest pain in the arse ever. This ballast that I've ordered from China obviously doesn't work because that'd be too easy, wouldn't it? If it just worked.
Buying something brand new and to work straight off the bat. Too much to ask, isn't it?
I've tested the bulb and everything in the other light just to make sure it wasn't the bulb or anything that was the problem. And now trying to get this back together, I think I've broken this bulb. So what I've done, just to double check that it definitely is the ballast, I've moved the ballast off the working one, which was there, onto the one that wasn't working, which was there. I have noticed that the part number's slightly different. That one ends in 066, this is the one that doesn't work. And the one that's in the car is 090. Did we have an ABS light before?
Yes.
Well, we haven't anymore, which is good. We haven't done anything. Still got...
So we haven't got an ABS light now?
No.
So we fixed something then, haven't we?
The brakes do feel a bit better too. So, good news is, we did think it could be this. The wheel bearing was causing the ABS light to be on. That's what we think.
Yeah, because it's gone off now.
It's gone off
the
now,
only
yeah.
thing we've fixed.
Yeah.
And it's gone off. So now, I mean, you've got left is obviously like a traction control light.
Yeah, tyre pressure, which could be, I might have to drive it. Airbag, which I know about. Lights, which I know about. And then steering angle sensor or something like that, which I think I have to calibrate
so
now.
that's what we're going to do now. What's 20 kilometres? Is that like 10 mile an hour?
Yeah.
So have a little drive around here.
It says level ground though.
Yeah, this place is all over the shop, isn't it?
Some of the clunks have definitely gone, haven't they? So far.
Yeah, because it was like I said, it was binding up on the rear,
Yeah.
like as if it was locking the diff. What are you doing in the boot, mate?
I'm just praying.
Fine.
There's something missing. Well, the steering angle sensor isn't actually fitted on this car.
Would that be the problem with the steering?
That would make a lot of sense, wouldn't it?
Yeah, because... Go on, show the ladies and gentlemen. Oh, God. I ain't even going back there, because something else has just happened, so... What's happened to the steering wheel, mate?
2 steps forward. Obviously, we was having that problem with the steering angle sensor. We tried to set it up. We thought it just needed, like, calibrating.
Yeah.
We did it. We said it wasn't reading any functions.
Nothing.
So we went into live functions.
Yeah.
Tried to check it that one. There's no reading. It just stuck on one reading. So we looked on it on YouTube. There's a little guide. Where is it? Got to take the steering wheel off, and it's basically there's a little module that sits just here, but it's not on this one. Now I remember seeing it, but I must have thought it was for something else.
We've had all this to bits, haven't we?
Yeah.
We've personally missed this out, haven't we? We've forgot to put this in.
Yeah. So I 100% have seen it and I've just forgot to plug it back in, but there's a good chance since then it's been binned.
Yeah.
but there is a car we might be able to pinch one off around the corner. So I'm going to have a quick look upstairs in the door cards, and then we'll go and steal one if we can.
So we put some tools in Terry, and we're going to go to the other car to see if this part is there.
Yeah.
What time are we at, mate?
I'd say beer o'clock, 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock, because we've got plenty of time, because we're nearly finished, aren't we? We're nearly finished with all the stuff we fixed. Don't tell Nath from Van Lab we're taking it off either. We got our hopes up, didn't we?
Tragedy.
Look at all that. Jesus, how big are your sunglasses?
Can we put that in the car?
Probably fit, yeah. Yeah, someone's had the dashboard and they've had all that spigot bit, and that's been all unplugged. We can't see it, like as if it's been removed for something and then just dumped in the car. What happens now?
That's it.
Oh, we order one, don't we?
Yeah.
And then it turns up, and then we carry on with the episode, don't we?
Yeah.
3 days later. What are you saying then, Jack?
I'm tired.
You're tired?
So that is just literally a basic insight to our day in, day out thing. And
we haven't finished yet, have we?
No, and so with all the will in the world, you get all this list and you think, yeah, we can tick a few things off. And then a bonnet catch takes you an hour, or a headlight takes you an hour, or the steering angle sensor, which is missing.
That is our fault.
Yeah.
It is our fault, but we have located the problem now, but it's just...
So that kind of, that's what we do day in, day out. And that's, I mean, you look around here, the place is packed with cars that need little bits doing here, there and everywhere. Stoke might spend a week on this just figuring out...
How much have I got done on that today?
0. So it is one of those. And now, so bear in mind now, it's what, 4:15, 4:30?
Because like you just said, we just had to pull all the cars back in, what we're messing about with off camera, trying to earn a bit of money to pay for the unit.
Yeah,
keep the unit going, to keep the YouTube going.
It's all intertwined. And now, this is quite common. So it's 4:30 on a Saturday. I usually now will go home and I'll finish editing.
Which you're going to do, and you're going to do a bit of a time lapse, and you're going to check in when you've finished editing, aren't you?
So normally I will finish probably about 11 o'clock or midnight the day before an episode comes out, because with the best will in the world, we try and get episodes ahead, a week ahead, and it never works out that way. So normally we might film like for the week leading up to the Saturday, but we still might film 5 hours of footage on a Saturday, and I have to go home, eat, shower, edit, upload.
Keep the missus happy, keep the little happy.
So it is 24/7 this. Even when we're not filming, not editing, we're looking for parts and doing this, that and the other. So as much as we'd love to get all these things done, it just takes time.
If we had started this, say, in the week, say, we may have got these now parts ready for later on for Saturday, but to go any further on this, we've got to eliminate like a lot of that stuff.
So I know this was never meant to be an episode on this car. It was just how we actually, and this is a Saturday, bearing in mind, where we're up at 7 and then we get ready, have some breakfast, and then so you just spend all day, and by the time you actually start working on the car, it's 10, 11, 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
But this is every Saturday. So when we have to work in the week, you might get up here at 4, like Stokes said, do 2 hours, and then you got to go back home. And
Dave's trying to tell us we need to stay up till 11 o'clock at night.
But we've got kids and what missus is and all that, and we're trying to balance it. Do you know what I mean? It's really difficult. So as much as we'd love to get more done than we currently do and get an episode out guaranteed every week, it's not always possible. No. It's just the way it is. Like I say, I'll be up all night now editing this episode, just so you've got something. Because we didn't want to go 3 weeks without an episode, so...
No, we didn't want to leave you guys out the loop and not seeing... Hopefully this is... What we've done today is kind of give you a bit of an insight. I know we've got... How many things we've got done?
3, maybe?
Wheel bolts...
Bonnet catch. Yeah.
Yeah, so we've done loads, haven't we?
Yeah, which obviously it feels like nothing, but we have been messing around with like other bits, and some bits have taken us a little bit longer or whatever it is. Anyway... That is it. You'll see me. I'll check in after these credits.
Because what we're doing now, because we're going to go to the pub now, have a quick pint, because we haven't ate since breakfast this morning, and we've been drinking the holy stuff. So we deserve a beer, don't we? We can buy us a beer, can't they?
Yeah. If you want to buy us a beer, you know how hard we're working. We do need it to relax. if you want to buy us a beer, there's a link in the description. Buy us a beer. We'll stick a quid on the smart car eventually. We will do it. We're keeping track of it all.
Yeah.
But you're not like, it's like there's just cars everywhere. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. They haven't seen the half of it, have they?
You'll probably see a bit of a time lapse of me editing if I can set it up if I'm not away with the fairies. But I'll check in post credits. But I'll say like and subscribe now.
Yeah.
Do me a favour, like and subscribe. We're gonna get that done for the car show. Hopefully, this German car show.
Yeah. If not, we're going in Terry, aren't we?
Yeah. This has been worked on in the background. Dave's G81's been painted in the background.
Dave's golf's back, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, but we want to do a bit more with that before we put another episode on.
Yes, because it has been mapped and we've got to sort all that, yeah.
So there is things going on. There's always things happening, whether we're working on these cars or whatever. But yeah, sometimes we just can't get an episode out.
Yeah.
I need a holiday every now and again, do you know what I mean?
Everyone needs a break, mate. Everyone needs a break.
I'll be honest, so almost every other holiday I've been on for years now, I take my laptop with me.
Yeah.
And I edit. If I'm in Spain, I'll edit and upload in Spain. I'll do it in Scotland, I'll do it all over.
I was away, Tenerife, Dave takes a piss all the time, that's where I go. But I was buying car parts for that Civic in Tenerife.
And our missus hates for it, that's why this time when I've gone away, I've been on a stag do and I've been at a wedding, and my missus basically said, you're not editing while we're away. You're relaxing and you're spending time with your family.
Anyway, we're chatting too much, ain't we? But get in the comments.
Like and subscribe, show some support, make us feel like we've...
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, we have got some things up and coming with the Atom, like we've got the front lip coming. So, do you want to see any videos on the Atom? I know you're going to say like it's Carlton and Sierra, but we're way off at the minute with them. We've got to get all this other stuff sorted. And, yeah, I know, but, yeah.
Yeah, like and subscribe. You'll see a little time lapse. I'll check in when I'm finished editing tonight.
But we're all positive, aren't we, Jack? We're good. Dave's having a great time in wherever he's gone.
I need some peanuts or some crispy something because I'm...
You need a peanut in you, don't you? Come on.
See you next week, all right?
Yeah, but we're going to check in. We're seeing him in a minute, you are. Yeah. Go on, get on your laptop.